You see me? Me love my food and my ketchup run the flavor in so many ways. Miss Power, I want to turn up your food, sir.
My secret ingredients, kills tomato ketchup, run the flavor.
Richer, thicker, and more affordable.
You don't have a ketchup.
Yeah, YouTube family, the man in the space one more time. Still with the best and most credible opinion, you know. Still fair and fearless analysis. Kishane Thompson. Well, him having a steady start to the season so far. The man run up at the Gibson relays in the 60-meter dash. And look impressive. Which Kishane always look, basically, anytime he run at the National Stadium in a low pressure meet. Very impressive indeed. 6.46 personal best. This makes a good feel, including Brian Level. So it was a good win. And Hakeem Blake, let me add that was second and third. So Kishane look impressive again. You know, look impeccable sprinting him. Drive phase look smooth him. Come out and accelerate and get to the 60-meter mark before the rest of a decent field. But you know something, I watch Kishane around again at the start of a new season. And I said to myself, congratulations to Kishane Thompson still, you know, for winning back-to-back global medals in the Blue Ribbon event and the big sport, you know. You know, win Olympic silver and World Championship silver. And we say respect due to Kishane Thompson. But at the same time, when you consider the 2 silver medals them when win, it's hard not to make the case, you know. Say Kishane really and truly should have win them 2 gold medals, you know. Although one of them, him lose to Oblique Seville, so sentimentally, people, Jamaicans don't feel too bad about it. See? But I'm not talking about the thing now purely from the Jamaican Seville versus Kishane kind of rivalry. I talk about as a pure sprinter now. My understanding is, you know, that Kishane coach, Stephen Frano Francis, I know Frano Bex or Kishane lose the 100 to Oblique, you know. Not because him lose to Oblique, but because Frano, obviously like the rest of the world, did think that Kishane was in the best shape of his life, and if he did execute, him should have win the race without any fuss. Most of we have Kishane to win the race. But again, he never brought his best race in the final. And no matter who, you know, no matter if you're tough like nails or tough like concrete, you know, no matter how talented you are, a sprinter, as Kishane Thompson is, when you go in at your first 2 majors and you're expected to win, you are the best time of going at the final, and you end up get beaten. No matter who you be, you know, it will start play by your psyche. So it's like when we see Kishane come out at the start of the season, you know, and look clean and sharp in the 60. We still have to say, yeah, and have to wait till next year, you know. For another majors, you know, because no major not around this year, you know. Him have the Commonwealth Games and then him have one new games will come up, a new world thing will come up in the latter part of the season. But traditional world championships and conventional Olympic games, none of that now going this year. I don't want to call nobody name, you know. But looking at Kishane go, see, me can't help but think about Asafa. No, me not say Kishane is the next Asafa, you know, people. But it's the same camp, almost the same kind of story, almost the same kind of rise. Obviously, Kishane start by an higher note. Kishane win 2 silver medals, and no Safa don't win a silver medal. The only thing I have to show is a bronze medal from the World Championship. So Kishane obviously would be ahead, and Kishane is still a relatively young man. So he still have the potential to come back and do the kind of damage where people are expecting him to do. You understand, say? You know, the handlers of Oblique Seville and people who are close to Oblique Seville may say the talk is that Kishane can't beat Oblique again in a major championship. so we don't know if that ship they sail, but we kind of start get a little bit not worried, but concerned for Kishane Thompson developing that syndrome where you run good when you're relaxed, you run good when you're not under no pressure, You run good when not a lot is at stake. You have blistering form. You know, you pull it out of the blocks when the stakes are not too high. But for the past 2 times now, you come at the majors, basically coming at the 100 and end up losing 2 times. I don't know what kind of motivation Kishane can take from that talk that we give him. And do remember, you know, the best and most credible opinion is powered by Big Bad Cal's Tomato Ketchup. Let me tell them say name. Richer, thicker. Hold on, watch this.
Cal's ketchup, run the flavor. Richer, thicker, and more affordable. Chicken boss, what run the flavor?
Cal's Tomato Ketchup.
That is it. Richer, thicker, and more affordable. In my home and in homes all across Jamaica, Cal's Tomato Ketchup, run the flavor. Richer, thicker, and more affordable.
I tell you, run the flavor. Cal's Tomato Ketchup, baddest ketchup out there. Hey, Kishane now. I don't know if it's too early for we start put that kind of pressure here on Kishane. I don't think so. As me say, when me see how him look in the 60 meter up at the Gibson relay, the quality feel when beat. And when me see how him look under them, you know, relaxed circumstances here, I run up at the National Stadium in front time home fans. And you say, wow, that sprinter here. But 2 times out upon the global stage and 2 times fall short by a whisker. Obviously, now you can sit here and nothing physical, you know. And nothing physical. Because both times when him losing at the majors, he never run him best time. Now when a man run a PB and get a silver medal, you can't cuss him, you know. And you can't even question him, you know. But when you run faster like all in the semi-final, and you run faster in the Diamond League 2 weeks before, and when you come at the big final now, you know, so, bam, bam, eh? And man, nip you at the tape or beat you, clean out the tape. Then you have to start thinking now, people. We don't know full mind work, but my mind start working a kind of critical thinking way now, you know. And I say, wonder. Remember saying, you know, all friends up there off and puff, you know, like the big bad wolf, you know. Friend, no train an Olympic men's 100-meter champion yet, you know. Or a world championship men's 100-meter champion yet, you know. That not the part of the resume yet, you know. So that's a part of the reason why me here say, I'll know him livid with Kishane. Because this is needed for, no matter what anybody want to tell us how confident they are and how good they are in the sport, you know. You say without winning, you don't get that kind of ultimate respect and the ultimate value there for your talent, you know. If you have the capacity for winning, you know, and keep falling short when it comes to winning, you know. So I don't know that project is going to work. Because I'm on the contrary now, you know. Oblique Seville are going to gain a whole heap of confidence, you know. From the championship win there last year, you know. You can't tell. You remember the circumstances when the Seville win? You remember what happened to Seville at trials? How him suffer injury or a cramp and recover from it and make the team. That entire process, you know, and then coming into the World Championship in the early round, I think the semi-final, him this one stumble and miscalculate, almost run out himself out of the race. And to overcome all of them, you know, and come now and win the title, beating Kishane, beating Noah Elias, beating all and sundry. You know what that I could do to the confidence of Oblique Seville? Eh? And thus, where does that leave Mr. Kishane Thompson? Your guess is as good as mine. Drop your comments in the comment section and tell me what the Mavericks say. We're wrong or unreasonable. Tell me what the Mavericks say, what you don't agree with. Tell me what you agree with too. What are the best and most credible, fair and fearless analysis? How much Maverick? You still are searching now? You still account? You're not going to find no more. Not like this. The rest of them might be counterfeit, but not one genuine, hardcore, eccentric Maverick. See me? That's the only one this you're going to find. What I say?